Imagine escaping a country where leaving is illegal, a place guarded by soldiers, landmines, and even informants. Yes, we are talking about North Korea, the land of real terror. Can people living in North Korea actually escape to freedom? How dangerous is the journey? And what happens to those who make it out? Why escape from North Korea is nearly impossible? Well, to know this all, stay tuned until the end. North Korea's borders are no ordinary lines on a map. They're a heavily fortified zone called the Demilitarized Zone, a 250-kilometer stretch filled with soldiers, barbed wire, fences, landmines, and watchtowers. Think of it as a no-man's land where even a single misstep could be fatal. Crossing this zone is almost impossible, like trying to climb a mountain guarded by fierce dragons. Even if someone manages to get past the DMZ, they still face a multi-layered border security system. North Korean guards, armed with dogs and sophisticated technology, patrol the borders relentlessly. Leaving the country without permission is considered a crime, punishable by imprisonment, torture, or even death. Imagine being locked up in a prison, tortured, or even killed just for wanting to leave your own country. But that's not all. The North Korean government has spies everywhere, like watchful eyes and ears constantly monitoring the population. These informants make it difficult to even think about escaping, let alone plan an actual escape route. It's like living in a constant state of fear and paranoia, never knowing who you can trust. Even if someone manages to escape North Korea, their journey is far from over. They face a hard trek across rivers, through mountains, and through dangerous terrain, often relying on smugglers who charge exorbitant fees and expose them to even greater risks. Imagine crossing a wide, fast-flowing river in the dead of night, dodging armed guards, and hoping not to get swept away by the current. Crossing the DMZ, the super-guarded border, is like trying to sneak past a fortress. But if someone wants to get out of North Korea, they've got some tough choices. One way is to risk it all by slipping across the Yalu River into China, usually at night when it's freezing cold. Others try crossing the Tumen River into Russia or trekking through rough mountains. But here's the catch. Many desperate escapees get nabbed by shady smugglers who demand loads of cash and put them in even more danger. And even if they manage to sneak into China, they're not safe. China's really tightened up its border, and they often send North Korean refugees right back home where they face serious punishment. Tough road to freedom, huh? Breaking out of North Korea isn't easy, but since 1998, around 34,000 brave souls have managed it, mainly heading south to South Korea. However, in recent years, fewer folks are making it out, facing stricter border checks and the chaos of the COVID-19 pandemic. And here's something interesting. Among those who do escape, there's a gender gap. Back in 2011, a whopping 71% of defectors were women. Why? Well, it seems that life is especially tough for women in North Korea, so they're taking bigger risk to find freedom elsewhere. It's a tough journey, but for many, it's a chance at a better life beyond the borders of their homeland. Escaping from North Korea is like trying to break through a fortress with invisible walls. The obstacles are everywhere, starting with the fact that North Koreans are kept in the dark about what's happening beyond their borders. The government controls everything they see and hear, so they don't know escape routes even exist. Even if they do know, most North Koreans don't have the cash to grease the palms of border guards or pay off smugglers. They're barely scraping by as it is, struggling to put food on the table, let alone save up for an escape plan. And if they do manage to get out, their families back home face brutal consequences from the government. The threat of punishment hangs over them like a dark cloud, making the idea of leaving even scarier. But the challenges don't stop once they're on the run. Fear and anxiety grip them tight as they navigate the treacherous journey to freedom. Every sound could be a patrol, every shadow a threat. And for many, the horrors they witness along the way only add to their trauma. Violence and abuse lurk in the shadows, leaving scars that may never fully heal. And then there's the heartache of leaving loved ones behind, not knowing if they'll ever see them again. The pain of separation cuts deep, leaving them feeling alone in a world that's both unfamiliar and unforgiving. Despite it all, these brave souls press on, driven by the hope of a better life and the promise of freedom. Theirs is a journey of courage and resilience, a testament to the strength of the human spirit in the face of unimaginable adversity. Adjusting to life outside North Korea comes with its own set of challenges. First, there's the struggle of adapting to a whole new culture and language. You see, many North Koreans haven't had much exposure to the world beyond their borders, so when they arrive in a new place, it's like entering a whole new world. Learning the language and understanding the customs can be really tough, which makes it hard for them to find jobs and fit in with the community. Then there's the issue of money. A lot of defectors come with limited skills and education, which makes it tricky for them to find good jobs. Imagine trying to compete in a job market where you don't have the same qualifications as everyone else. It's a real challenge, and it can leave people feeling frustrated and stuck. But the challenges don't stop there. Sadly, many defectors also face discrimination because of where they're from. In South Korea, for example, some people might look down on them or treat them unfairly because they're from North Korea. That's quite unfair, right? And then there are the dangers of actually escaping from North Korea in the first place. Some people try to cross the Yalu River, which is really wide and fast-flowing. It's super risky because not only do they have to deal with the water, but there are also North Korean patrols looking out for them. There's a real danger of drowning, getting hypothermia, or even getting caught by the guards. Others try to cross through the mountains that separate North Korea from China or Russia, but that comes with its own risk as well. The terrain is really rough, and the weather can be brutal. Plus, there are wild animals to worry about. It's a dangerous journey to say the least, and if all that wasn't enough, some defectors end up falling into the hands of smugglers who take advantage of them. These smugglers charge crazy amounts of money, give them terrible supplies, and lead them through even more dangerous routes to avoid getting caught. It's a nightmare scenario, and sadly, it happens all too often. Several organizations are working tirelessly to assist North Korean defectors in their journey to safety and stability. One such organization is Liberty in North Korea, which focuses on providing essential humanitarian aid, aiding in resettlement, and advocating for the rights of North Korean refugees. They're like a beacon of hope, offering support to those who have escaped from the oppressive regime. Then there's the Hana Center, set up by the South Korean government, which serves as a comprehensive support system for defectors. They provide everything from housing to language training, job placement assistance, and mental health services. It's like a one-stop shop for defectors looking to rebuild their lives in a new country. The Network for North Korean Human Rights is another vital player in this field. This international NGO is dedicated to advocating for the human rights of North Koreans and provides various programs to support defectors. They're like guardians, fighting for the rights and dignity of those who have escaped from oppression. In addition to these organizations, there are also valuable resources available for those interested in learning more about the plight of North Korean defectors. The United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees offers information on refugees and resettlement efforts, while the Database Center for North Korean Human Rights provides crucial research and documentation on human rights violations in North Korea. The National Endowment for Democracy supports organizations advocating for democracy and human rights in North Korea, further amplifying the voices of those that are fighting for change. What do you think about North Korea? Do let us know in the comments section below. And for more such amazing videos, do subscribe to our channel. Thank you for watching.